Rise and conquer. Faith, strength, victory.
There is a strange silence that sometimes falls over your life. Not the kind that brings peace, but the kind that makes you feel like something is missing. You keep moving. You keep doing what everyone expects. You wake up. You scroll. You work. You talk. But deep inside, there is a quiet question that never really leaves you. What if, in the middle of all this noise, you are missing something that actually matters? And what if the problem is not that God is far, but that you stopped noticing him? Imagine this for a moment, not as a story, but as a possibility. What if Jesus walked into your world today, not with thunder, not with spectacle, not with power that forces attention, but quietly? What if he stood in the same places you pass every day? Would you recognize him? Or would you walk right past him without even looking? Would you feel something different? Or would it just be another face in the crowd? We often think that if he returned, everything would be obvious, that the sky would open, that everyone would know instantly, that there would be no doubt. But what if that's not how it happens? What if he comes close first, not to prove something to the world, but to see who is truly paying attention? Would you be able to hear him if he didn't raise his voice? Think about your last few days, the moments you felt tired, the moments you felt lost, the moments when something inside you told you to slow down, but you didn't. What if those moments were not random? What if they were invitations? And what if instead of running from silence, you were meant to stay in it? Because sometimes the presence of God does not come as something loud. It comes as a feeling you can't fully explain. A calm in the middle of chaos, a pause that doesn't make sense, a thought that interrupts your routine and makes you question everything. Have you ever felt that and ignored it? Now ask yourself something honestly. When was the last time you truly stopped? Not for your phone, not for distraction, but to actually listen. When was the last time you gave space for something greater than your routine? Or have you been so busy surviving that you forgot how to feel? There is a version of your life that you have been living on autopilot. Days passing, decisions being made, time slipping away. And yet something inside you knows that there is more. Not more success, not more money, not more noise, but more meaning. And meaning does not scream. Meaning whispers. What if Jesus is not trying to force his way into your life, but waiting for you to notice him? What if he has been closer than you think, not in the places you expected, but in the moments you ignored? Would you be willing to stop just long enough to see? Because here is the truth most people avoid. It's easier to look for God in big moments than in quiet ones. It's easier to believe in something distant than to accept that something real might be right in front of you. And if he stood in front of you today, calm, patient, without trying to impress anyone, would you stay or would you leave? There are people who would recognize him instantly. not because they are perfect, but because they are paying attention. And there are others who would miss him completely, not because they don't believe, but because they are distracted. Which one are you becoming? And maybe the real question is not about him returning, but about you being ready. Ready to slow down, ready to listen, ready to feel again. Because recognition doesn't come from knowledge, it comes from awareness. So before this day ends, before you go back into your routine, pause for a moment, not long, just enough to notice what you've been ignoring, just enough to feel what you've been pushing away, just enough to ask yourself one question. If he was here right now, would I recognize him? And if something inside you is still awake, don't ignore it.